A local young police officer took his own life and pointed to Lasik eye surgery complications as the reason. Now his Penn Hills family is demanding industry accountability. We first told you about 26-year-old Ryan Kingerski's story in May.
Tonight, an update to this KDKA investigation. KDKA consumer investigator Meghan Schiller has stayed in touch with the family and joins us with the latest. Meghan.
Ken and Christine, Ryan's surviving family members say his Lasik eye surgery led to unbearable pain. But they say if doctors and industry leaders highlighted or even conveyed the real, much higher complication numbers, patients would be better educated about the risks. They believe the industry is trying to downplay complications and silence people like their late son. A young, motivated, and dedicated Penn Hills police officer.
Witty, charming, smart.
No longer with us after struggling with debilitating side effects following Lasik and elective eye surgery.
He kept saying about how bad the pain in his head was, and he had a terrible headache and wasn't able to focus on the vision and the blurriness and everything else.
Now Tim and Stephanie Kingerski are fighting for industry accountability and sharing with KDKA Investigates a new response letter they say they received from the FDA, signed by the FDA's consumer team. They say it proves acknowledgement of what they call a gross underreporting of adverse side effects. It says the FDA inspector has been following these laser Lasik incidents for several years. He explained there is underreporting by ophthalmic clinics because they are not submitting the required patient injuries to the FDA. The letter also says the FDA is actively looking into sending out a warning notice to the public about the risks of laser Lasik.
I tell people that ask me, and even though they don't ask, it's trust but verify. If they say that's 1%, go look it up. Go find out what is the actual rate.
Dr. Morris Waxler is a retired FDA advisor who voted to approve Lasik 3 decades ago, but now he says he regrets it and is one of Lasik's biggest critics after his independent review of the data.
They'll make a long list if they provide any information about informed consent law. They provide a long list of things that could happen, but they will not provide actual percentages because they know the percentages are really high. They're 10 to 20 to 30%. Some as high as 75%, depending on what you're measuring.
The FDA warns on its website some patients may lose vision and develop debilitating visual symptoms, adding the long-term safety and effectiveness of Lasik surgery is not known. Still, supporters of Lasik tout a 1% complication rate.
And all I can do is provide the information, and they can look it up. And you can ask the surgeon, well, why don't you cite that study? Why are you ignoring that study? Why do you not pointing out this? Is there something wrong with those studies? Why have you ignored this whole body of literature? So you need to ask them questions.
Red flags for any elective procedure include you feel like you're receiving a sales pitch. A surgeon promises perfection. There's pressure to make a decision quickly. Side effects are not highlighted or minimized. And it feels more like a business transaction than medical care. Waxler also points out Lasik is very attractive to young people, public servants like police officers like Ryan and military members. The Kingerski family tells me Congressman Chris DeLuzio is now looking into this given his background and hoping to find answers as well. His spokesperson today tells me, quote, Congressman DeLuzio's office is engaging with the FDA to see what can be done to avoid terrible tragedies like Officer Kingerski's from happening in the future. Our brave cops have hard enough jobs. Nobody should worry about losing their life after something like this. And I also reached out directly to the FDA today and was told that the FDA does not discuss possible or ongoing investigations.